Joining me tonight to discuss this catastrophic storm in Florida as we are waiting to find out where it will hit and when, as well as the rising frustration with Republican leadership on Capitol Hill. We're joined tonight by Congressman Ron DeSantis of Florida, a member of several key committees, including Foreign Affairs, Judiciary Oversight, a member of the Freedom Caucus, and it is great to have you with us. I know that you're concerned, and appropriately so, primarily with the hurricane, and I want to discuss that with you tonight and what you think and what you're being told by the emergency agencies that we can expect in Florida. But we just saw a Republican president, turn to the Democratic Party and say he is ready for bipartisanship, and left your leadership in the House, Speaker Ryan, and leadership in the Senate, Majority Leader McConnell, gasping for air. Your reaction?
Well, Lou, look, I think that being on that 5-week recess, I think was a mistake because we had all these things we should have been doing. So we come back, we're jammed with all these things. But then I think people listen to the constituents, and I think a lot of our constituents are rightfully frustrated that we're not following through on what we said we would do. The Senate could not pass repeal and replace. You know, the House, I think, could do more. Don't get me wrong, and I've been urging that. But, man, the Senate, other than confirming Gorsuch, they haven't done anything the whole time. So I think a lot of the frustration, you saw the president events in August towards Mitch McConnell, that is directly from the voters out here in America and the grassroots. And so that frustration was real. So the president's frustration, I think, is reflective of the voters' frustration. Do you believe Ryan is basically done as a leader? I mean, he's been irrelevant on every issue. He has misjudged votes. He has misrepresented the president. He's insulted the president. He has stood up against his agenda rather than helping implement it. Is he not an irrelevancy now? Well, I think it'd be interesting to see what they discuss at the dinner. I mean, hopefully the president provides some guidance, because I think that we need that. You know, one of the things that I think people kept saying to me when I was going around my district and around the state was they look at the Republican establishment and the Republican leadership in Washington, and they see them as always trying to undercut the president. They don't believe that these folks want the president to succeed. And the message I got is, look, you know, we all do better when he succeeds. You guys should want him to succeed. And, you know, we got to get that right, and we haven't gotten it right yet. Do you not agree with me that it is utterly pathetic that the Democratic leadership, that is Pelosi and Schumer, got the message weeks ago, toned down their rhetoric, and have been far more conciliatory? The ranking member of the Senate Judiciary Committee, Dianne Feinstein, one of the most senior members of the Senate and Congress, saying this could be a terrific president if we only let him. That was the implication. And all this, during all of this, the Republican leadership continues to insult and to obstruct this president. Well, the issue with the Democrats, though, Lou, is their voter base does not want them working with the president. I mean, they have convinced themselves. No, I understand that, but don't you think that is an absolutely breathtaking contrast between the leadership of the Democratic opposing party and the Republican Party, which should be following the lead of this president? Well, not only that, but I think that just unfortunately, and it pains me to say this, but people like Schumer always seem to be able to get things they want, whereas we're not really getting a lot of the conservative wins that were promised. And I think that's been true in Washington for a while now, and I think that our voters are getting tired of it, and they want to see a new formula so that we can actually get some of these things across the finish line. Yeah, but again, aren't you embarrassed that your leadership would follow by weeks an attack on the part of the Democratic leadership to support and to be conciliatory with this president? Well, you know, the issue, though, with that is, I mean, I think that the Democrat deal is not a good deal. No, that is the issue, Congressman. That's what happened. We have watched Democrats be more conciliatory with a Republican president than his own party's leadership on Capitol Hill in the House and the Senate. That must surely upset you, sicken you. Well, I think that the deal that the Democrats wanted, I don't think was a good deal, but I think it was less bad than what the Republican leadership wanted, because they wanted to do a massive debt increase, like $2 trillion, and that is not something that a lot of the Republican voters wanted to do. So I think what the president wanted to do is do the focus on the hurricanes, but then he's going to be able to go back, and we can potentially have debate on this in December. So I would much rather have it out there in December than to not have a chance to do any fiscal reforms at all.
Real quickly, what do you expect on the storm? Jacksonville, it looks right now, there are a number of models, but one has the storm moving straight north up the center of Florida.
Yeah, so Lou, this is a very big storm. People just got to listen to the governor. We got to thank the president, has been very forward-leaning. Our governor's doing a great job. Listen to local folks. The forecast has changed. We thought maybe it would go to the east of Florida and turn north. Well, they've moved it west over the last 18 to 24 hours. So basically, they have it going right up the center of the state, which would really do a lot of damage. So I think that you got to listen. And 24 hours from now, I think we should have a better idea. I still hope it misses Florida, but boy, it does not look good. This looks like it's going to do some significant damage, and people got to protect themselves and their families.
Absolutely. Congressman, great to have you with us as always, and good luck to you and to everyone in Florida as the storm approaches. Congressman Ron DeSantis.